All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. And the hole is getting deeper for the Giants. They've reached their new low, 18 under 500. And it looks like Luis Arraez's last bat as a San Francisco Giant was a flyout. At least he didn't strike out. I was thinking it would be so apropos for everything, for even Luis Arraez to strike out in the last at bat as a Giant. But he had a great year as a Giant, man. Luis Arraez making some nice picks today at second base, some more nice plays. Unfortunately, he was the only player on the club that showed up this year besides Casey Schmidt. That's it. Those are the two bright spots. And Schmidt's out, and this season is we just run the course. 18 under, Dallas. They did have a valiant effort. Gallant effort? Gallant? That's the word, right? Gallant effort.
Gallant, yeah.
Gallant effort. I said valiant. What am I talking about? Gallant effort.
Valiant? Sure.
a valid? Maybe a valid effort?
Valiant.
But the Giants lose 6-5. Was it 6-5 or 5-4? 5-4, right?
5-4.
Yeah, 5-4. Devers goes deep, and what do you know? It's they go into San Diego, win the first game of the series, and do what they've done all year. They give it back. And they are now on the season 47-65. And don't look now, but the Colorado Rockies have won 3 in a row, and the Giants have lost 3 in a row. And that game, they are 2 apart. And I'm going to tell you, I believe the Rockies surpass the Giants, and the Giants finish in dead last this year.
Well, they deserve it. I mean, they just don't win games. They don't. It's not in their DNA, the way that this team is composed.
Yeah.
So,
there was some exciting stuff posted today that I thought supposedly, who knows if these rumors are true, but that AJ Preller is interested in getting Rafael Devers. Let's make it happen. And maybe the Giants
pay for the flight.
Maybe the Giants have to take a bad contract back. I don't know. Padres got a lot of bad contracts. But Devers would be.
I guess Mason Miller will work.
Hey, you know what? If you said trade Logan Webb and Rafael Devers, and you got back Mason Miller and Ethan Salas, done deal. You get top prospect of the Padres. You get rid of Devers. You get rid of Webb's salary, and you get a closer, which would be nice.
It would never happen.
Yeah. Just imagine if the Giants actually had a actual closer, man. But they just beat 500.
Look at the trade tracker. The Giants are one of 4 teams that have not made a move so far.
Only 4?
Every team has made a move except for the Giants, the Marlins, the Reds, and the Diamondbacks.
Wow. Well, the word I heard was that Arraez and Ray are going, but it's in the last hour, so tomorrow between 2 and 3 p.m. I heard that a couple days ago. I don't know if that's true.
What's the point of waiting that long?
I don't know. Maybe they figure
the internet goes down and you can't make a phone call or something.
Maybe they get less value. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're hoping somebody will say, all right. We'll just give you a top prospect for him. Yeah. I don't know. I can't reveal my sources and saying, but That's and
The source says, yeah, they're going to wait till the absolute last minute. They're going to be like,
also the
all
source.
right, it's a done deal. Quick, call the league office. Put it in. Put the trade in. Quick. We got 30 seconds.
They do not expect baseball next year. And I could believe it. I could believe it based on it. Almost appears to me that this whole thing with the Dodgers and baseball, that owners are actually, it almost feels like that the owners are saying, let's get a three-peat for the Dodgers and we will have reason to lock out and band together and say none of this anymore. We're not. No, I mean, that offer last night, there's teams that could have made better offers for Skubal.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, we won't be missing anything at third and king next year. But
I was listening to Bill Lasky last night, and he says the players will never accept a salary cap. It will never happen.
They will if there's no season next year, and 80% of the players say, I can't afford to sit out. I'm making $800,000. I want to play baseball. I can't afford to just sit here. You guys that are making they're catering to the Otanis, the Sotos.
Right. But do they cross the picket line? You know, do they start playing baseball without the big guys? I don't know. What as an organization, they decide whether they go back or not as the union.
Yeah, they do. But the whole idea is, you know, if you can fracture it, you know, a union can only survive so long if its members, you know, it takes a few. Somebody's going to say, crap, why are we fighting over a salary cap on the floor? They're offering us the owners already offered 245. That was their starting point over a month ago. That just means they're not stuck on that, or they would have offered 220 or something, you know, 245. That means 275 is very realistic salary cap.
But my point is that if that's their position right now, then it could be a prolonged lockout before somebody cracks.
Yeah, and I think they're expecting, the players have money saved. The players union has money saved to help these guys, but not nearly as much as the owners. Let's just take a peek at how many people are over 275 million right now. Okay, so you want to look at the CB tax, right? Not the 40-year in. So you got the Yankees, that's 1 over. The Blue Jays are 2 over. The Mets are 3. The Phillies would be 4. Nobody there. The Dodgers would be 5. That's it. 5 teams would have to come down. Now, let's say you had a floor of 175. A floor, you've got Tampa Bay would have to come up 64 million. That's 1. Washington would have to come up another 46-7 million. That's 2. Miami would have to come up 90 million roughly. That's 3. Milwaukee would have to come up another 27 million, call it. That's 5, right? 4 or 5? How many did I count? Coming up.
You didn't count Baltimore.
Tampa. I didn't count Baltimore. They're They're 217 right now.
Okay.
Tampa, Washington, Miami, 3 teams. The Twins, 4. The Sox, 5. Cleveland would have to come up quite a bit, 6. Cincinnati'd come up, 7. Pittsburgh, 8. St. Louis, 9. The A's, 10. The Rockies, 11. That's it. 11 would have to come up and 5 would have to come down. That's 16 teams that would be affected. That's right in the middle. And if you had the 175 floor and you had several teams that have to come up, 11 teams, that's more money for the players.
Mm-hmm. And then have some calculation about when you have to raise it based on overall league revenues, something like that.
Yeah, and then they're looking at a 50% revenue split and said right now it's 43. Look, I heard Rick Monday say, put all the players, the head of the players union and the owners, put them in the rotunda at the Hall of Fame, put them around all of the greatest to play the game ever, the plaques and all that, the history of the game, and don't let them out. Provide them food, water. Don't let them out until they have come out with a deal. Look, reasonable heads should prevail, but greed always ruins everything, right? Greed always ruins everything. And I got a request to take off the hat by Greg. So, Greg, I'll put my Italian hat on. There we go. DeFalco's. If you're visiting in Scottsdale, go see DeFalco's. Go have they're great. There you go. So the Giants, 47 wins, second lowest in the National League, tied with the Mets. In all of baseball, only Kansas City. Wow, the A's are 45 and 66, 21 below. They just fell off the face of the earth. Injuries derailed their season. So only the Angels, A's, Royals, who swept the Giants, and Mets and Rockies. That's it. But the Giants, it's just been one of those seasons that is gone bad and it's gone worse. Basabe hits another home run today and then gets drilled on the wrist or area or something. Saw him in the dugout trying to flex, see if he can. Hopefully it's not broken. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Posey's he's been given a mandate by the team to blow it up.
Absolutely. He knows what he has to do. So,
and if he only gets rid of a few guys, I would be expecting a deal to come down while we're on the show right now. What are you waiting for? There's less than 24 hours left, and you got a lot of players to deal. You've got obviously Ray and Arise, but you got Malley to find whatever it takes to move off of him. That's 3 guys. You've got to move off of some other guys, probably like a Brubaker, some other bullpen guys, maybe if anybody wants them. I really liked not my tweet, but Alan Stiles of Let me see if I can pull up Alan here. Alan Styles, the Styles files. Let's see. Let's pull up a couple of Alan's tweets because I thought they were some interesting tweets. Giants trade assets outside of Arise and Ray. Chapman, injured. Schmidt, injured. Adames, injured but playing poorly. Bader, injured. Marina Bro. Jung-Hoo Lee, marketing, untouchable. Devers, healthy and available. Nobody cares. Ramos, available. And some pitchers. What else did Alan say? This is what I thought was interesting, and I didn't get a chance to actually listen to this, but I saw it, and I agree with it.
And Tarek Skubal to the Dodgers. No, I'm not crying. I just a little sweat, had to get this work in before I gave my take. And everybody is talking about the price tag, right? Everybody is saying, River Ryans is 37 years old, whatever he is. Jeff Passan earlier this week said that the Dodgers should feel disrespected or disgusted, something like that, based on what the price tag would be from the Tigers. Well, clearly they were not. And everybody's wondering, how did the Dodgers pull this off, right? Without giving up their top guys. These dudes aren't scrubs, but this is Skubal, right? Like, what are we talking about? So now the conversation becomes, is there collusion going on in Major League Baseball to allow the Dodgers to do whatever they want and essentially lose the battle to win the war, which is, of course, the negotiations, the possible lockout. Hey, we have to do something. Even though it was a trade, not a free agent signing, Skubal's probably going to sign with them when he's able to. Hey, this is why we need a salary cap. Look at the fans. Look at everything that they're wanting from their teams, and their teams can't compete. This is why we need it. So a lot of people are theorizing that Major League Baseball, the Brewers, whoever it is, let this happen so that when it's time for these negotiations, the players don't have 2 feet to stand on. Again, not crying, even though I'm a Giants fan, but it is fascinating.
Interesting thoughts. And, it does seem a little odd that nobody, and the trade was done on a Saturday night when you could have made the trade tomorrow, increased the bidding. Scott Harris, Farhan Zaidi. Scott Harris, president of baseball ops for Detroit, kind of got his chance, so to speak, from Farhan, who hired him to be the Giants general manager a few years back. When Farhan came over, hired Scott Harris from the Cubs, who was more kind of a lower end front office guy, gets to the Giants job, and then all of a sudden he's the president of baseball ops. Scratch your back, scratch my back, I'll scratch your back type of deal, maybe. I don't know. A little weird. Then
I don't know.
You got one prospect that really sounds like potentially good. Hope.
Yeah, it is odd to me. You're right. But maybe, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. There's a lot of people that are going to be in the hunt, and they could have used him for sure. So,
Atlanta could have used him. Philadelphia, Milwaukee, anybody in the National League that wanted to try to get past the Dodgers. Now you're basically, whoever you are, you're going to go ahead and face Yamamoto and Skubal and probably Blake Snell.
yeah.
When Blake Snell is right, he's right up there with the best. And he just said his elbow has felt better than it has in years. Well, what does that mean? That means he's got no-hit stuff. He's dominating when he's right. we saw it as a Giant.
Yeah, well, he better be right. You're paying the guy $36 million this year to do nothing.
I don't think the Dodgers care what they pay.
I know. It's crazy.
They don't
just go with who.
Look, I'm not beating on the Dodgers. I think the owners have said, screw it. We're not going to try to compete with them. And I think the owners are, you know what I think is going on? I think a large group of owners are saying, this ain't right. We don't have the TV contract and revenue that LA has. They got all these special favors. They get Hollywood, they get the TV. Everybody glorifies the Dodgers. And I think the owners are just saying, you know what? Let them have their day, and we will stop them. This is what they've been waiting for. They are waiting to stop the Dodgers. Why do
they have to win another World Series to get to that point? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's already there.
I think it is there, and I don't think they have to, but I think it makes the argument almost like it has to happen because of the disgust in the fan bases. You're hearing it all over, and people aren't really upset with the Dodgers. You shouldn't be upset with the Dodgers. You should be upset with baseball. Baseball set this system up, and the Dodgers are just working within it. And that's the way it goes. I don't have any, I'm not one of those guys that say, Dodgers are bad for baseball. No, the baseball let this happen. The owners are allowing this to happen. There's nobody that wanted to go out and really compete. And it's a perfect storm. Steve Cohen having one of the worst teams in baseball, who can outspend the Dodgers, not even in the conversation. Imagine if the Mets were good this year. They would be probably having that would have been a bidding war for Scooble between the two teams.
Mm-hmm.
Two owners along with the Yankees. The Yankees didn't go for it either. I don't know.
It doesn't seem like anyone really tried that hard.
No. And you know what? And it may backfire on the Dodgers. There's no guarantee in a short series that somebody can't knock them off. Philadelphia has the pitching to do it. They got Wheeler, and they've got Sanchez and Luzardo. Now, if the Dodgers don't hit and their pitchers are a little off and the hitters are, the Phillies are scoring some runs, maybe they can knock off the Dodgers if they play them in a 5-game series.
Yeah, well, having left-handed pitching would help. So maybe one of those teams should go after Robbie Ray.
I think Robbie Ray goes to, I'm going to say the Rays got Freddie Peralta today. So I don't know if he's going to the Tampa Bay Rays at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays already have they have 3 or 4 pitchers now. I could see Milwaukee going in on Ray. I could see Atlanta going in on Ray. Somebody says the Cubs. The Cubs could be a player. I don't know. Boston.
Yeah.
Boston has some young players. They're winning right now. Isn't Roman Anthony been out this year for a while? I think Roman Anthony hasn't been doing much. By the way, the Red Sox are smoking hot right now. They lead 2-0 after one inning over the Dodgers, and they're going for the sweep down in L.A. The Red Sox. Do you remember the Red Sox were like 10 under 500 or something, and now they're 8 over?
Yeah, they've been on a really heck of a streak. I'm
going to look at their record the last 20 games. I think are they like 18-2? It might even be 20. Boston Red Sox game by game results. Let's see. We want the 26, not the 25. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the Red Sox.
They're 21-4 in July.
Wow. All right.
And they're 1-0 in August.
They were 32 and 46. 14 under 500 on June 24th. Lost to Colorado. Then they went and won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. Hold on. You know what? I'll pull this up here for you guys and take a look. This is all right. You could see here on June 24th, 32 and 46. Then they won like 5 in a row, got to 37 and 46, lost a couple, went to 37 and 48, lost on July 1st. Then July 3rd, they started a 15-game winning streak and went to 52 and 48, lost, won, lost, won, lost, won, and they're going for their 5th in a row today in a sweep over the Dodgers. So I think the Red Sox are going to be somewhat active today and tomorrow. They probably want to add, Luis Ariz would fit in there, right? I mean, who's their second baseman, Boston? Boston is playing Sogard. He's hitting 261, but Luis Ariz could take over there. How about I like Larry Kruger's trade idea of getting Marcelo Mayer. He was the 4th pick in the draft a couple years ago, at a high schooler, and now he's made it up, but he's still, I think he might be injured or something. I'm not sure what's going on with Marcelo Mayer, but he could take over shortstop. Let's move off of Adames.
Let's.
Hey guys, if what I told you about Ariz and Ray going tomorrow in the last hour, let's see if that happens. Let's also see if Willy Adames gets traded for a pitcher that is coming off basically a lost season this year due to injury. Let's see if that happens. Maybe a Corbin Carroll. I don't know. Let's see if that happens, and then I'll let you know if it happens. I'll tell you where.
If they trade Willy Adames, Johnny Cesari is going to be. I don't know what's going to happen.
Johnny Cesari is going to have a lot to say.
He's going to be partying in the street.
Hey, should we? Chardal would have a better shot of opening up a show if he called a reverse sweep, like if the Giants get swept.
That's happened plenty of times.
Yeah, it's 8 times. Yeah. I like to play different things for you guys. And look, you know, we don't care for the Dodgers. Why am I okay? You know, we don't care for the Dodgers on the show. But I got to play for something to you that I really kind of like. And I've always liked Freddie Freeman, but for some reason, I don't know what's going on with my computer. Everything's freezing. Okay, there we go. Let's listen to this. This has got to make you have some nice feelings for Freddie Freeman. Listen to this.
For me, I always say, if you get a hit, I'm saying nice hit. You know how hard it is to get a hit in the big league, so I appreciate it. I know my pitchers probably wouldn't like that I tell every guy nice swing or way to swing it, but I don't know. That's just who I am. You know, you can see our personalities. We're kind of bubbly, happy-go-lucky guys, and we're playing a game. It's a kid's game, and sometimes you just forget when you're going through the grind of the season and things of that nature. So I always try and, you know, look out for those kind of moments where you can maybe take someone's mind off something, talk to them at first. My favorite is when it's a big league debut and that guy gets the first hit, and to be able to say congratulations, because you've worked so hard your whole life to get to there, and to be one of those first people to say, hey man, congratulations, and that kind of stuff. But that's just who I am. And I like to talk to people, and because sooner rather than later, I'm going to be retired too and not going to be able to get to do this anymore. So I just like to have fun with all the guys. I know we're competing against each other, but you guys know it's a brotherhood. We're together forever. When you get to play in this game and play this game for as long as we've got to, you just got to enjoy the little moments. So that's just kind of how I go about it.
Yeah, I like that. You know, he gives guys a, hey, good swing, or tells guys.
I don't care. I'm getting paid. We're winning World Series without even having to try. So no big deal.
But I like what he said. It is a kid's game. I mean, I would have loved to, but I wasn't good enough. You know, I wasn't good enough to make it, even to play at the college level. You know, I was probably could have maybe played a Division II NAIA baseball, but I was never gonna, you know, and I knew it. So it was like, I got other things I got to prepare for. But man, if I got a chance to play baseball for a living, it is a fun game to go out and run around and play. And, you know, I mean, the only thing I hated about baseball, was getting plucked. That's the worst part of the game. Getting drilled is not fun. It hurts, you know, and you got to act like it doesn't hurt, you know, because all your teammates are going to ride you, you know. So that's the worst part of the game. And when you're playing at a lower levels, you know, you're going to get some people that don't belong on the mound. And they're going to drill you because they don't know where the heck the ball's going. You know, major leagues, you know, you generally, guys kind of have an idea where it's going a little bit better, but you're still going to get drilled. And I think that's the hardest thing to get over is getting back in the box, your next at bat, and, you know, not thinking about, you know, getting drilled. But because back when I played Dallas, talking about in the 70s and 80 up till about 80, I didn't have we didn't have those elbow guards and shin guards and stuff like that. We just went up there like I am now. We didn't have any protection.
Sure. Yeah. But I think it's like anything. You get drilled many, many, many times. It probably isn't as bad as is in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's also worse places to get hit than others.
Certain places, you know, if you can turn and get hit in in the cheeks, right in your ass, that's a good place to get hit. Or if it just grazes you, but getting drilled in the ribs, I never got hit in the head, fortunately, but I don't know, man. I saw Wilson Contreras Friday night get drilled by a 95 plus mile per hour fastball right in the head. Looked like it got him here, but as he turned, it might have grazed off or something. Yeah. We've had Casey Schmidt on here several times. He got drilled right in the face, and that was scary. And, to get back in there, and he crowds the plate. If you watch him today, he doesn't back off. He's got his elbow right kind of over the inside portion of the plate.
Yep.
Yes, Insane. We are doing a trade deadline show tomorrow at noon. Wait a minute. Shucks. Well, maybe Dallas will be doing for a while. I've got a 1:00 appointment. I didn't think about that. I got a 1:00 appointment from 1 to 2. Dallas, we'll go from 12 to 12:45, and I'll pop back in on my phone.
Okay.
If you want to, if you're able to cover the hour from closer to 1 to 2.
Sure, no problem.
And then I got to drive to an appointment. Maybe I'll be on by phone, and then once I finish, we'll do that. So if you were, I wonder what the odds are. I heard some odds that they put the Dodgers at 41% chance to win the World Series. Now, it wasn't one of the big outlets. It was some outlet, but I wonder if there's anybody that can knock them off. Not always the best team wins. We've seen that. The Giants won 3 World Series, and they probably weren't the favorites in any one of those 3 years.
They weren't. It's who's playing good at the right time.
Right.
There's a lot of short-term odds that go into it, where if you're hot, then if you're hitting well, if you're pitching well, if your guys are pitching well, that's a big one, because then you shut down the other team and then, put a couple runs on the board. So it really just depends on, in football, it's always any given Sunday a team could win any particular day,
Right.
But in baseball, it's every series is a short series. So, you can win a 5-game series or a 7-game series, and it's possible. Now, odds wise, obviously the Dodgers are going to be favored because of that pitching staff. But, any pitcher can go out on any given day and lay an egg or have control issues or something's bothering them and they can't, they have some control issues, and guys get hit. It happens. Yamamoto gets hit sometimes.
Somebody tell me when this has ever happened early in a game there's runners on second and third. Remember I said that Devers, they didn't pitch around him and they went right after him. Watching the Dodgers-Red Sox game, Dodgers had bases loaded and grounded out. 1 run came across. They got the runner first. And Shohei Ohtani, against the lefty, was intentionally walked to load the bases to face Andy Pages. That's my point about Devers.
Of course.
They don't fear Rafi Devers. Bases are loaded right now, and there's 2 out. It's 2-1 Red Sox, bottom of the second. And
especially if there's 1 out, and you want to set up the double play.
Yeah, but this was with 2 out. They just didn't want to face Ohtani. Now, I'm telling you, if that was Devers, and it was a left-handed pitcher, there's no way they're intentionally walking.
Devers is hitting 167 versus lefties this year.
Yeah. They're not going to, but yeah. So I need Bennett to get out of this because I've got him playing for fantasy. Come on. I need a good outing. Bennett, I almost didn't start him. This is my other league. I inserted him 1 minute before the game started. AI told me to bench him, but AI told me to pick up Merrill Kelly today, and he screwed me. So, there's a ground ball, base hit. Down the right field line. It backfires, 2-run score, 3-2 LA. Wow. Should have benched the dude.
Well, it's only the second inning. There's a long way to go.
Yeah. But, yep. Dodgers will pound him. I'm going to screw my whatever.
So I don't know if anybody saw it, but in the Chronicle today, there was an article about Greg Papa.
I did read that.
And
wow.
What he's been going through the last few months and the struggle with his bone marrow transplant and then complications with his breathing. Both of his lungs collapsed. He, in a very rare medical situation, on the brink of death multiple times.
Yeah.
And had to be on a ventilator, has to take oxygen now. But now he's at the point where he's back at home and he's turned the corner. He doesn't know if he's ever going to be able to broadcast again as far as doing the 49er games because his lungs have a diminished capacity now. But he is alive and back at home and doing better. So it was good to see that. Sad to see the struggle that he went through, but good to see that he's still with us and still fighting the good fight. So, Pop, good to hear that you're still with us and doing better.
Yes. And here at NorCal Sports Network, prayers up. Yeah, man, I read that article, man. I thought, wow. He was like on death's door. They told him, get your affairs in order, make sure your affairs in order. The doctor, I believe it was, said 95% of people in his condition would have passed away.
Yep. That's what they said.
So, pretty serious situation for Greg Papa, and probably will not hear him this year as a 49er broadcaster.
Sounds like that, but
and probably, odds are that he may be done, but at this point he just wants to, have life. And Saints is glad to hear he's fine. He's better, but he's not really in great shape. He's living on oxygen now.
Yeah. He's not out of the woods yet, but
Yeah.
he's improved at where he was, which was not a good
near
place.
death. Yeah, it was a really bad place. So both lungs, a week or two apart, collapsed. So feel bad for Greg Papa. It was you can read the article in the San Francisco Chronicle on Twitter. I'm trying to remember who put it out there, but tough. So I don't know who makes that the 49ers play-by-play, the same guy as last year. What was his name?
They had 3 or 4 different guys call games last year.
Isn't there a guy that starts with an H? Last name starts with
Guy
an H.
Haberman.
Haberman.
Guy Haberman.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Yeah, he filled in most of the games. Justin Allegri did a couple of games. Carlos Ramirez did a game. But
Carlos Ramirez did a game?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear that. He's gone now, out of the Bay Area, I think. I think I read something a month or two ago that he was leaving somewhere. Tim Ryan is your color analyst, color commentator.
Let me see where Ramirez is going.
Whoa, senior headed down the hill after winning the Youth World Series, 13U division. Is that 13U? Is that 13 under? Is that what is the U?
13 and under.
And under, yeah. So, man, so a 12 or 11-year-old, if you're 10-year-old, I guess, if you're great. Wow, that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
JB says Greg Papa was on one of the greatest announcers in sports. Prayers up, yes. Yeah. Kyle McKiernan says this morning on KMBR chat, there were multiple people saying how the Dodgers are screwed with all their contracts and will go belly up and don't understand money. I just stopped talking. Oh, yeah. Total fools, Kyle says. Yeah, come on. The Dodgers are so wealthy. They're not going belly up. They're fine. They're better than fine. So,
and they're not going to lose money. I mean, if they have to void contract over the thing or something, I don't.
Whoa!
They're not going to get screwed on it.
Somebody just hit a 2-run homer. Who hit that? Abreu for Boston, 4-3. Now look at Boston. They got a little hat or a character hat. I don't know who's this character right here. They put a green hat or I like that. It's got I like teams that do some character stuff. Looks like they're having fun over there in Boston without Rafael Devers. You get rid of Devers, and the team took off last year, takes off again this year, and then the Giants are now 28 games below 500 with Rafi Devers in uniform, played every game. Now, I'm not saying that's the reason they're 28 games below 500 because of Rafi Devers and it's all his fault. Obviously, he leads the team with 23 homers and blah, 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 but he also strikes out more than any player. He doesn't hit against left-handed pitching well. I don't know. I don't know what it is with Rafi Devers, but you can't say he's made the team better. You can definitely, that's a fact. You can tell me Rafi Devers is a great hitter and he's not the problem, but you can't tell me that Devers has made the Giants a better team since he came here. They're 28 below with him. Does that mean they got a lot of other problems? Yeah. Adames is a huge problem. Huge problem. Chapman at third base is at the plate been a huge problem with the money. The bullpen, non-existent. The starting pitching, basically 1.5 pitchers this year. And I'm saying the one is Robbie Ray. I'll say 2 pitchers. 2 out of the 3. They equal 2. Robbie Ray gets a 1 and Webb and Roupp get a half. That's how I see these guys. Very inconsistent, Webb and Roupp this year. Isn't Webb's ERA over?
Especially Roupp.
He just had another home run. Look, they're going to put this green thing on him. Yoshida. They put this green thing on the guy. It's got to see the face. See, that's character, man. That's a club. Look at that. Oh, wait. That's a clubhouse having fun. is
For Willie Adames to say that he doesn't work with Ron Washington and doesn't value what he's teaching or something, to be as bad as he is at shortstop and to have that take, that is just, what was the word we had last night? It was malfeasance. It's just unacceptable. So if there's any way they can figure out a way to move him, they should.
I've heard he's got a back tightness, which is not good at 30 years old. That he's saying he can't go out there and work every day with Ron Washington because he can't do the drills to bend over because his back is
all right.
Put
him on the IL.
Thank you. Move Basabe. Hopefully he's okay. Put him at short. Bring up Parks Harbor to play third base. And let's go with it. Let's just go with it.
If you're too hurt to practice, then how are you helping this team on the field?
Yeah. When's Chapman coming back? Tomorrow? I heard he might come back this series, and he didn't. So I'm assuming tomorrow.
I heard he might come back last series, and he didn't. He's continuing to push it off. I don't know what the deal is with him.
I know what he's doing.
Trying to get over the trade deadline?
Yep. He don't want to get traded.
Probably Monday night he'll play.
Yeah, you watch.
Hey, I'm back, guys.
Yeah.
Missed you. So what's been going on?
Yeah, Mike Val says, I'm just happy Casey's only out 4 to 8 weeks instead of 3 to 9 months. Yeah. 4 weeks. Do you think we might see Casey this year? I don't. I wouldn't.
Unless he's feeling really great, but I don't see any reason to rush it.
If he's feeling great, after 4 weeks and he feels fine, I wouldn't put him in the field. You know what I would do? If I would play him at third base, and not third base, DH, and I would put Chapman on the. If Chapman's not around, I'd put Devers over at third. What the heck? Just to give Casey off of his feet, but I think it's probably going to take 6 weeks, probably for recovery, and then you're looking at 2 final weeks of the season. At that point, what's the point?
Well, there's no point.
Gregorio says, I heard maybe another 3 to 4 weeks for Chapman.
Wow.
Really?
How is that possible?
I thought, where did I read this about Chapman? I read it somewhere. Let's see if Pavlovic has something. Gosh, I don't know what's going on when I go to.
Let's see if Slusser has something. She's usually the Chapman whisperer.
Oh, yeah, she loves Matt Chapman. She have anything?
Basabe looked like he got hit on the elbow, but he's got a big ice wrap around his left forearm. Vitello says we'll have to see when asked about Basabe's status.
That sucks. You come up with 2 big homers and then a big double to tie the game up, and then they drill you.
And you saw Buddy Kennedy got claimed by the Giants. So he's back in the system for all those that were worried about Buddy Kennedy.
TGTGT G14.
5 hours ago, Matt Chapman tells Susan Slusser he's getting another MRI for that stubborn abdominal strain tomorrow. He's hoping to get some answers about why it's still an issue when he does any running.
Great contracts, man. This is what happens when you start signing guys that are 32, 33, going to be 34 next year. It doesn't get better. Sorry. Why does it say prayers up for Pop? Is he okay? Damn. Yeah, we were talking about an article that was in the San Francisco Chronicle about Greg Papa. He is in pretty bad health situation. He had some type of infection happen from his transplant for what kind of transplant was it? A
Bone marrow.
Bone marrow for the cancer, leukemia he had. The infection was pretty serious, and then while he was in the hospital, he had a collapsed lung, and then 2 weeks later, I think it was, he had the other lung collapse, and he was basically on life support almost. And he has recovered to the point where he's home now, but he may never be able to announce again because damage to his lungs and possible vocal cord stuff. I don't know, but he was in pretty bad shape. They said he was actually quoted in the article quite a bit, saying he just wanted to just forget about football. Just, am I going to live? Doctors told him to get his affairs in order. They didn't sound good for him to live, and he was able to pull out. I think they put him in a coma, didn't they, or something? Or we're gonna do. I think they did say they put him in a coma to get, because they kept trying to insert this thing, and they were having trouble, and they finally got
possible.
Something like that.
He was on a ventilator for a week or two.
Yeah. So basically, the ventilator was breathing for him, and he's on oxygen full time now. And if you look at if you look at the article, you'll see some photos. He didn't look good. Yeah,
but he's getting better. He's put on some weight. He's starting to put on weight again slowly, and he's going to, do the best he can to get back in shape. He thinks he will be able to do his radio show from home, the midday, and then you never know. He'll just keep hope alive for being able to get back in the broadcast booth at some point.
What kind of hat is this? Anthony said it's just a company, one of my spring training sponsors, DeFalco's Deli down here in Scottsdale, where the Giants train. Senior says not to sound. Where did it go? Where did I see it? I saw it up here. Here it is. I don't want to be a jerk, but him getting injured and his newborn baby had right at the same time. AB strain is undetectable too, just saying. Yeah. Who knows? Could be, look, him and the wife just said, play injured, man. I'm not moving. Nobody wants Chapman now.
No, he'll have to be healthy next year or maybe, spring training, he shows that he's good and back to full health and everything. Then they can have those discussions. I don't think Chapman doesn't want to play or he's sitting out because he's trying to avoid the trade deadline. He doesn't have to be traded if he doesn't want to. It's his call. It's 100% his decision.
But how bad does it look if you have a deal and he turns it down? How bad does that look on him?
It's up to him. That's why he has the clause.
Right. But how does that look on him as look, this guy was being offered to go to a contender and he'd rather stay with the lowly Giants?
He doesn't see it that way. He sees it as they're just next year, it's going to be the year, He'll tell us that the last day of the season. So get ready for the speech, Dan. But he could spin it that way. Ab strain, when I had a baby to carry around, it was my back. It just killed me the way you have to bend in situations and carry that 10 pounds in a certain way. My back was just killing me for who knows, for a couple of years there. But
we got some
I don't know.
We got some breaking news just in. Breaking news, Dan, Dallas. Giants suck and Johnny's not happy. Johnny Cesari, breaking news. Johnny Cesari is somewhere out in Las Vegas melting away in 115-degree heat.
I've got news posted 2 minutes ago. Padres considering Kodai Senga, Rafael Devers.
Yeah, I've heard the Devers. Let's come on, Buster. That will be if the Giants can get rid of Rafi Devers with this contract in 7 more years, it will make this season a success. It will make this season a success because it will tell me that Buster says we got to make room, every opportunity for Eldridge to be our first baseman and play. And we're getting rid of one guy that Tony won't have to deal with.
Also, it would be a sign that he admits fault. It would be, hey, I made a decision a year and a month ago, 13 months ago, something like that, 14 months ago, and hasn't worked. Now we're changing gears. We'll go in a different direction. You just don't want to keep doubling down on a bad bet, and if he could somehow figure out a way to reverse that trade and come out the other side, with a clean.
Yeah. And Kyle, we've talked about that quite a bit on the show. I do believe that Chapman would only accept a trade to somebody that trains in Arizona. I think ideally he'd love to play for the Diamondbacks because they train in Scottsdale too, or the Cubs. But Arizona would be his ideal team. But they've got Nolan Arenado. But Nolan Arenado maybe, I don't know how long he's got left under contract, but yeah, Rafi, perfect. San Diego, Bogarts will keep Rafi in check. There you go. Get him to Boston. To San Diego. Heck, I'd even might pull for the Padres, just seeing Rafi in a different uniform. Just don't like him as a Giant. Oh, we got a challenge here. Red Sox are walking off the field, and they are right. Very nice. All right. 5-3. What's the temperature in Arizona? Let me take a peek. I don't even look anymore because it's always about the same. Weather app. Come on. No, I don't want free trial. There's your temperature right there. 114. Right here in Arizona. 114. Yeah, it's warm. Just stay inside and you're fine. All right, guess what time it is, guys? It's time for the Immaculate Grid. We'll close out the show. You help us. We need your help. This should be fun. Here we go. The Immaculate Grid. Oh, we've got a couple of super chats I need to get to. I almost went to the game today, Ivan said. I'm ready for football season. Yes, Ivan, thank you for the super chat. I agree. I am so ready. I don't have my 49er hat here. Well, I got a bunch right in the storage here. I can pull out 7 or 8 49er hats. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you for listening. Mike Val, Dallas and Dan, individual, who's the top player you'd each target in any trade over the next few hours here? Just curious because I still want Simpson. Okay, you want Simpson from Tampa Bay. You might be able to get a Simpson to play center field and steal bases and lead off for you if you traded Ray and Arise, or I think that could get it done. I like that type of move. Chandler Simpson, if you guys don't know, very fast, no power whatsoever. Not going to hit any home runs for you, but get base hits, steal bases, and play solid center field. I don't really have any particular players in mind at this point. I was thinking more on the lines of minor leaguers. But I would probably, Mike says he's good with that. Yeah. I don't know who I would do on that, to be honest. Hold on a sec here. All right, let's go on to our immaculate grid real quick here. We'll wrap up the show with a quick run through on the immaculate grid, and here we go. We've got an A's and a Padre. That's Mason Miller right there, huh? Or we could go JT. What's the guy that pitched today? JP. He would be the lower score, right? Sears.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Sears. JP Sears, and see if we can get a lower score. 2%. I'm sure Mason Miller would have been over 10%. A's and Sox. A's and White Sox. Did Clay Thompson's brother play for the A's? Can't remember.
What's his name?
Trace. Trayce Thompson.
Trace Thompson. Played for the White Sox and the A's.
He did.
Yeah.
I thought he did. Okay. We'll go Trace Thompson. +10 home run season batting. Oh, we got with the A's? That's anybody. Gosh, who should we pick? Joe Rudy? Sal Bando? Reggie Jackson? Jose Canseco? Mark McGuire? That left fielder that used to hit home runs like crazy, Davis, but there's so many. Matt Chapman. Should we put Matt Chapman and see if we can get a Giant in there? Let's put Matt Chapman in there. Let's get Matt Chapman in there, Dallas.
Okay.
A's hat or Giants? What do you think?
Giants.
There we go. That's sad. He's remembered as a Giant instead of A.
Well, it's because he's currently a Giant.
Oh.
It's using the photo from Baseball Reference.
Oh, is that what it does? Okay. Cubs and the Padres. Cubs Padres. Cubs Padres. There's several of those.
Rod Beck played for the Cubs and Padres.
Did he really?
Yep.
Well, I like that. I like Rod Beck. Let's see if he's got the mustache on.
Of course.
And is he a Giant?
Of course.
There we go. Look at that. Look at that stash. Cubs and Sox. Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa is the one that comes to my mind. Cubs and Sox.
What about Bobby Bonds played for both?
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bobby Bonds 2 nights in a row. I like that. He'll be wearing a Giants hat, I'm assuming.
Unless he changed hats in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's right. Same picture. Cubs with a 10-plus home run season. Dave Kingman. Any Giant. 10-plus home run season. Cubs. Chris Bryant. He was a good Giant. You want to go Bryant or you want to go? Do we have any Gary? What's our chat saying? Our chat is saying Buster is a moron. He has no idea how to build a team correctly. Manny Trio. That's a good one. But who would be a Giant? Did Chris Spire play for the Cubs?
I don't believe so.
You sure? Why did I think?
I'll check.
Who did Chris Spire?
He played for the Cubs. Yeah, 2 years.
Did he ever hit 10 home runs with them?
He came back to the Giants and hit 11. He didn't hit 10 with the Cubs, though. Combined in 2 years, he hit 4 and 6.
Ryan Thero is Mike Val saying. Therio. Yeah. What am I saying? Thero. Yeah. Therio. Ryan Therio. Did he hit 10 home runs? He wouldn't be a Giant, though, I don't think.
No, he's a Cub.
We've got 3 Giants. We need to come up with 2 more. Ernie Banks.
Do this. How about no? I'm not seeing anybody.
How about Moises Alou? He wouldn't be wearing a Giants.
Oh, here's my problem.
Let's go Alou. Let's go Moises Alou. I think Dave Kingman would be an obvious, but I don't think he's. Can you check and see what hat Alou's wearing?
Yeah. Expos.
All right. You want to go Dave Kingman? He's going to be wearing a Cubs hat. But he came up on the Giants farm system wearing a Mets hat. Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame Padre.
Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
Trevor Hoffman. Nate, no. Oh, Willie McCovey. Let's go Willie Mack. Right? You only had to play for the Padres, right?
Correct.
Didn't have to be entered. Okay. Chicago White Sox. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more giant. We're going to get 5 giants here with this last question. Hall of Famer for the White Sox. Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas. Oh, let's just go Frank Thomas. We can get out of here. Austin Slater, he played for the White Sox. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Nope.
Not yet?
Not even close.
Probably in 5 years after he retires. %. All right. Hall of Fame with 10 home runs. Willie Mays. Bookends, right? Should we go Willie Mays?
Sure. Can never go wrong with Willie Mays.
Or we could go Orlando Cepeda.
True.
We haven't put him on here in a while.
Well, most Giants Hall of Famers hit 10 home runs, except for the pitchers.
Yeah. Wait a
We could
minute.
do Jeff Kent.
We could put Jeff Kent in there. Is he a Giant? He should be.
He's a Giant. He's got that G script hat on.
If we go with Kent over Mays, are we being racist?
Nope.
Somebody will accuse us of that. It's just like, I want to go Cepeda.
Go ahead.
Is he a Giants hat?
Of course.
Okay. I want to
Not even going to check it.
Orlando Cepeda. He's got a statue, man, out there at 3rd and King area. There we go. Orlando Cepeda. One of the worst trades the Giants have ever made.
Until tomorrow.
Good one. Hey, is he on? Did he make our? He wore number 30. Did he make our?
Of course.
Okay. Countdown. Good.
He's the
All right,
first
guys.
one you see.
Yeah. Awesome. That's coming up to you guys. Hopefully in the next few days, debuting our new opening. Dallas is working hard behind the scenes. Possibly tomorrow. So, hey guys, you won't want to miss that. 242 in the chat. Make sure you hit that.
Oh, we
like
do have
button.
some supers.
Yeah, well, we got 2 of them already. We did those.
Okay. Yeah.
When you were gone. Charlie Sinclair, San Diego. Hey, Charlie, got something for you here. Look at this, Charlie. How's that? There you go. Would you trade Devers to the Padres if the Giants had to eat a lot of money? Let me ask you this, Charlie. Is the Pope Catholic? Is the sky blue? Absolutely, in a heartbeat, I would trade Rafi Devers, and you can deal with him.
How much is a lot of money?
I don't care. It's not my money. Get rid of him.
What if it was your money?
Oh, if it was my money, depends on what I got back. Charlie, would you take Devers and Robbie Ray for? Would you give up Mason? I don't think they'd give up Mason Miller, though. They just. That's who I want. Miller and Salas. We'll give you Logan Webb, too. Webb, Ray, and Devers for Salas and Miller.
You've got $208 million left on that contract. How much are you willing to eat?
Charlie says yes. $208 million. I'm willing to eat half.
$100 million.
Yeah. 7 years. Oh my gosh.
Boy, that's a tough pill to swallow. It's not even my money.
But Miller's on an expiring contract. Then I wouldn't do that unless I had Miller signed to agreed to a deal.
I think you eat a third of it. $70 million.
If Miller would agree to a deal, a new deal, how old is Mason Miller? Is he like 28?
He is 27.
27. Sign him for
He
5
turns
years.
28 this month.
Okay, give him a 5-year deal. Oh, they said Charlie says no. Miller has 3 years left. Okay, yeah, I make that deal. You can. We'll take Mason Miller and Salas, and trying to think if you have any other starting pitching that would be worth it, but maybe we'll take Joe Musgrove. He's coming back at some point.
If there's a big trade tonight, are we coming back on, Dan?
If there's a big trade, yeah. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow at noon, okay? Sorry that we had to officially retire part of our music list. Our list. I don't think this song will be heard anymore. We're going to hold out for a 2-game winning streak. No longer do we play it after wins. Minimum of 2. Got to win 2 in a row to play it.
I don't even think 2. It should be 3. You got to win 3.
3 in a row. There it is.
2 doesn't cut it.
Dallas sets the standard. 3. Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate your support there for the super chat. Guys, hit that like button on the way out. We've got 200 plus watching between Twitter and YouTube. YouTube's where we puts out the more and more algorithms. Right now, we've got how many likes do we got going here? We got 36, 37. Let's get that up to 65 likes.
And we have 183 bots watching on X. So bot, come on over to YouTube and click the like button.
Yeah, lots of people watch on X. All right, guys. Let's get out of here with what do we want to play? Do we have anything? What's this song? Oh, that's the old opening. What's this one? All right, we'll go out with this today.
Catchy.
Oops. Hit the wrong button there. Gotta tell me how much.
Tribe knows. I don't know what brought that up, but
What brought what up?
soccer being lame.
Somebody said they like the brown and gold colors. Gregorio, yeah. It's a unique color. Nobody else has. Does anybody else in baseball have, like, every color is shared, but I think the Padres are the only ones with brown.
Yeah, then they also have all these crazy colors they wear half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody has brown. We got orange and black with, we got the orange teams are the Giants and the Orioles and the Astros, right? Have orange. Anybody else have orange in them besides Detroit? Detroit has some orange.
Mets.
Mets. Yeah, lots of blue out there. Navy. It's a lot of red. But no brown, but the Padres. That's it.
Well, not the prettiest color.
In some ways, yeah, not so great. Orange and brown would be nasty, Mike says. Probably would.
Didn't the Giants once wear orange and brown, like in the old days?
I think
New York
tried
Giants
it.
days.
Yeah.
Or maybe just the black caps had faded to brown.
Yeah. All right, let's get us a double header, Dallas. A double goodbye to get us out of here. Wait, just give me a second. 1, 2. I don't know if I'm seeing it. Why does it always hide on me? Okay, outro. Okay, I got to go like that. There we go. Go for it, Dallas.
Goodbye! Goodbye!
Take care, guys. See you tomorrow at noon for the trade deadline show. Thanks for watching.